I really hoped that the new Insta360 X5 Ultra battery would deliver better capacity and performance, but after running my first set of tests, I was honestly surprised by what I found. Did I regret buying it? Yes, at first, until I changed one thing that made all the difference. In this video, I will walk you through all the full real-world comparison between the original battery and the Ultra battery on the Insta360 X5. We will look at the runtime, overheating behavior, and whether it's actually worth paying extra. Stay tuned, the results might surprise you. Inside the box, the Ultra battery comes with something I didn't expect, a custom protective case. It's compact, rugged, and perfectly suited for travel or field work. But there is more. Open the case and you will find two integrated microSD card slots built right into the lid. This is a smart touch that makes the Ultra battery not just a power source, but also a compact media management solution. Whether you are swapping cards in the field or storing spares safely during transport, this case adds real value. In addition to the battery and case, the box also includes safety instructions and handling guidelines, which I always recommend reviewing, especially for higher capacity lithium-ion packs like this. Everything here feels well thought out and built for creators for work on move. Starting with the physical comparison, both batteries comes in a similar packaging, minimal and professional. The difference is easy to spot once unboxed. The original battery features a blue stripe, the new Insta360 X5 Ultra battery carries an orange stripe across the top edge. Aside from that visual cue, the form factor is identical. There is no differences in size, weight, operating temperatures or compatibility. They are fully identical with the X5, except 70% larger capacity on the new Ultra battery. The original battery is rated at 2400 mAh, while the Ultra battery increases it to 2800 mAh, a 70% capacity boost. This should in theory translate to longer recording session, but given how sensitive the X5 can be to heat, especially in 8K 360 capture, capacity alone isn't the full story. I ran my first set of tests on firmware version 1.1.22 using 8K 30fps in 360 mode, one of the most demanding settings for X5. Each battery was tested under identical conditions, from full charge to automatic shutdown. The results? Well, Ultra battery recorded for 51 minutes only, then overheated and shut down. Regular battery continued for 72 minutes, then stopped at 10% remaining. Surprisingly, the original battery outperformed the Ultra battery, not due to capacity, but due to better thermal behavior. The increased capacity was negated by heat built up. Result is significantly shorter usable duration. Following these results, I updated the firmware to the version 1.3.0, which promised improved heat management and better optimization for Ultra battery. After calibrating and recharging, I repeated the same tests to validate the difference. With the updated firmware, the Ultra battery lasted 73 minutes before it overheated, longer than before. However, the key difference was this: at the time of the shutdown, the battery still had 21% of capacity remaining. The camera performance was improved but not perfect. Heat was still a limited factor, also better managed than on the previous firmware. To isolate the actual battery capacity without temperature variables, I switched to single lens mode at 4K 30fps in a thermally stable indoor environment. This test was designed to assess pure battery endurance. So the results? Well, regular battery, the blue one, it was 1 hour 57 minutes and 44 seconds, while the Ultra battery 2 hours 7 minutes and 48 seconds. A 10-minute increase may sound minor, but in time-sensitive shooting scenarios, that margin can be differences between capturing a critical moment or missing it. Whether you are shooting long interviews, cinematic takes, or time lapses, this additional runtime can offer greater flexibility and less downtime. So let's talk about price. The Ultra battery currently retails for $50, while the standard X5 battery is priced at $45. That's a difference of just $5, barely the cost of the fast charger or the good SD card case. But if you live in Europe, the difference is even smaller, because the regular battery sells for 56 euros, while the new Ultra battery costs only 58 euros. Yes, only 2 euros of differences. Less than a cup of coffee. For a battery that gives a longer runtime, a travel case, micro SD card storage, and improved firmware support, this small price gap is nothing. From a value perspective, the Ultra battery is obvious choice. So, should you upgrade to the Ultra battery? Here is my conclusion based on the real-world use. If you are using X5 professionally, especially for long-form content or continuous takes, I recommend the Ultra battery, but only if you are running the latest firmware. Without it, the performance benefits simply won't be there. If you found this review helpful, just feel free to subscribe and drop your thought in comments below. I'll continue testing accessories like this in the real-world demanding scenarios. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one. Cheers, bye.